every single time you see this pretty face in front of your eyeballs.
Down with the killers.
Hey, what's going on? It's me, Sean Killer. Hey, and I am super pumped right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because honestly, I was looking back at some of my previous videos. I was looking and listening to some of my previous content. And like me, if you're sitting there going, you know what? The messages are great. They're strong. Man, this guy, he's really, really, really handsome. He's really, really good looking. But there's one big problem. He just doesn't seem like he has much energy. I just, what's going on? Honestly, if that's what you was thinking, let me tell y'all. You're 100% right. You are 100% right. And I gotta tell y'all, like, I was thinking about that and I was like, you know what? Why was that? Why was that? I'm gonna just come out and say it, y'all. Most of that content has been recorded early in the morning. Early in the morning. And I haven't been in a situation in life where I've woken up very, very early to do something very, very productive in a very long time. And so that lack of energy was me just kind of getting through the motion of doing something new, doing something different. And so I was looking back and I'm like, you know what, man? That energy that people are seeing, that energy that people are hearing, man, that does not match the energy that you have in your heart for the messages that you're trying to share. And I was like, I'm not going to sell the people short no more. I said, you know what? When it's time to wake up, when you get up and you get ready to film that content, record that content, what have you, you need to bring it. You need to bring it from the heart, bring it from your mind, and do that every single time so people can see how you feel, so people can see how much you love what you're talking about, how much you care about sharing content and the messages with those who want to consume it. You got to bring it every time. So that is my commitment to you guys. Energy, excitement, inspiration, all that every single time you see this pretty face in front of your eyeballs on the screen you're watching it on. But on to what I want to tell you guys today. As you can see, I got some swaggy on.
I guess I got my swagger back.
From 3 different sports organizations: the San Francisco 49ers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the LA Dodgers. These are my 3 all-time favorite professional sports teams. Right now, they are excellent. They're doing great, experiencing a lot of success, winning. And so I started to think about, man, how good it feels to be a fan of these sports organizations. It's a lot of fun seeing them go out there, execute their plan, and defeat their opponent. But I gotta tell y'all, it ain't always been like that. And especially over the last few years. There was a time when my 49ers were a dumpster fire in last place. There was a time when my Lakers were a dumpster fire and in last place. There was a time when the Dodgers were a dumpster fire and in last place. Just not doing well. Not doing well. But I started to think about, what did they do to improve? What were things that they did to go from losing to winning? They took action. Now, I know that's an oversimplification, right? But I want you to think about your own life. I want you to think about personally, if you are losing at life, what you perceive to be doing, not doing, executing, not executing, and if it is not leading you to the success that you are intending to achieve. Why is that? And how can you change it? How can you change those situations? If you look at sports teams and how they go from losing to winning, we'll keep it very simple. They take action. If you think about sports teams, there's a few different ways that teams can get better. They can draft an amateur player to join them professionally, adding value. Sometimes there are players that they waive where they say, goodbye, you're not really in our future plans going forward. Your value is not what it used to be, so we're going to waive you. Goodbye. Sometimes they have to fire and get rid of management. Let them go if they're not adding the value that they need to add to help the team improve. Then there's trades. That's where you take something of value that's currently there in exchange to what is perceived as greater value. Doesn't always work out, but oftentimes it does. And then from there, coaching. They have coaching that takes all of these pieces and works to game plan and work at making the situation better. Planning a better plan of execution. Does that make sense? So I want you to take how that works and I want you to look at when they implement these changes. Does it always happen overnight? No. Sometimes it does. There are literally times when you plug in a player and they have an immediate impact and the team starts succeeding. But oftentimes, in the big picture of things, in the grand scheme of things, there is going to be time that needs to take place and patience that you need to have for things to get better. There's learning experiences that need to happen. There is chemistry and cohesion that needs to gel, things like that. And then after a while, if you keep at it and working towards your plan and making adjustments, then guess what happens? You start experiencing winning. And as you start to experience winning, then it kind of grows and the energy and the what is it called? I'm trying to think of it. Momentum, I guess. Yeah, momentum is the word. It starts to grow and move and grow and move. And then before you know it, you wind up getting a championship and getting the crown, achieving the top objective that pretty much all sports teams hope for. So I want you to think about in your life. If you perceive yourself as losing, you perceive yourself as not getting the success that you feel you should be having, take a look at what can change. Take a look at what is not a part of your life that you can go out and draft. Go out and get. You got to think about what you can trade out of your life for something of greater value into your life. I want you to think about your management and what you might have to get rid of. And the reason I point to my brain is the brain controls everything. The brain controls everything. So if it's not right up here, it's not going to be right here when it comes to executing and taking action. And so you may have to get rid of some things to bring in things that are of greater value to yourself, that are of greater value to your relationships. So that is what I definitely want to, I just want to share that message with you guys. Just like you have your sports teams that go from not doing well and losing to doing well and winning, there are certain actions and changes that took place and a plan that they put in place and a plan that they executed on, and they stuck with it until they started achieving the results. And then they made minor adjustments that gave them more results until hopefully they end up getting themselves a championship. So think about the championship in your life, and I want you to think about what plan you can set in place, what changes you can take and changes you can make that will lead you to the success that you're looking for. All right? I know you guys can do it. If you just have to, it's just going to take some time, but just have patience. Think about what things you can get rid of that are not as valuable to you as they once were, and what you can bring in that will be more valuable to you right now. All right, y'all. You have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time. Till next time, I'm out.